5 Chinese killed in Pakistan's suicide attack. Donald Trump media firm Soars in stock market debut. Ecuador's youngest mayor, Brigitte García, shot dead. Police seize cocaine concealed in shipment of avocados. Milei to cut 70,000 state jobs. Japan nappy maker shifts from babies to adults.
Hello, I'm Wade Lee. Thank you for joining us on Funday News. It is Thursday, March 28th, and here are your top stories. A suicide bomber in northwest Pakistan rammed his explosive-laden car into a vehicle Tuesday, killing 5 Chinese nationals and their Pakistani driver. The attack happened in Shangla, a district in the Khyber Pakhtunkhwa province. The 5 killed were construction workers and engineers heading to a Dasu Dam, the biggest hydropower project in Pakistan, where they worked. Authorities said the bodies were transported to a nearby hospital and that security forces started a search in the area to look for accomplices. Police also launched an investigation into the attack.
5 Chinese nationals and their local driver have been killed in a suicide attack in Pakistan. It happened in Shangla in the country's northwest.
No group claimed responsibility, but suspicion is likely to fall on Baluch separatists, who have claimed previous such attacks. Tuesday's attack came less than a week after Pakistani security forces killed 8 Baluchistan Liberation Army militants who opened fire on a convoy carrying Chinese citizens outside the Chinese-funded Gwadar port in the volatile southwestern Baluchistan province. The BLA wants independence from the central government in Islamabad. Pakistan's top political and military leadership denounced the attack. A government statement said that Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif visited the Chinese embassy where he met with the Chinese ambassador, Zhang Zedong. It said that Sharif condemned the attack, saying those who orchestrated the attack would be punished and a high-level investigation would be conducted into the attack.
Shares in Donald Trump's media company soared as the firm made its formal debut on the stock market. Shares surged past $70 in early trade, giving the firm a market value of more than $9 billion. They ended the day at about $58, still up more than 16%. The long-awaited moment will inject more than $200 million into Trump Media and Technology Group and hand the former president a stake worth more than $4 billion. Analysts say that it is far more than their firm's performance warrants. Trump's Media, Truth Social, a Twitter-like service, brought in just $3.3 million in revenue in the first 9 months of last year and lost nearly $50 million.
It says 8.9 million accounts have been created since the platform launched to the general public in 2022 as an alternative to mainstream sites such as Facebook, but it is not clear how many are active. By comparison, the recently listed Reddit currently has a market value of about $11 billion. It boasts more than 70 million users and brought in $800 million in revenue last year. Christy Marvin, chief executive of SPAC Insider, compared Trump Media, which trades under the ticker DJT for Mr. Trump's initials, to a meme stock, in which prices are untethered from the business prospects. Interest in Trump Media has also been fueled by individual investors, as opposed to Wall Street firms, many of whom are Trump supporters.
Ecuador's youngest mayor, Brigitte García, has been shot dead. The 27-year-old and her press officer were found dead in a car on Sunday in the town of San Vicente, where she had won the mayoral election last year. No arrests have been made so far, and it is not clear what the motive may be. Ms. García is the latest politician to be killed in the Andean country, which last year was rocked by the assassination of presidential candidate Fernando Villavicencio. The bodies of Ms. García and the communication director Haro Luer were found in the early hours of Sunday.
The body of the 27-year-old mayor of San Vicente was found in a rented vehicle.
Police said the shots that killed them had been fired from inside the car they had rented. Ms. García, a nurse, had been elected mayor of San Vicente for the opposition Citizens Revolution Party last year at the age of 26. San Vicente, the town she governed, is located in the province of Manabí. The coastal region has been particularly badly hit by violence linked to drug gangs that smuggle cocaine to lucrative markets in the US and Europe. Ms. García is not the first politician in Manabí to be killed. In July, a gunman shot dead the mayor of the port city of Manta, Agustín Intriago, who had been recently re-elected. In February of 2023, mayoral candidate Omar Menendez was murdered just hours before polls opened in the city of Puerto Lopez.
A Cambodian drug trafficking organization was busted trying to smuggle more than $50 million worth cocaine inside shipments of avocados. The latest attempt proved unsuccessful when police officers discovered 1.7 tons of the drugs concealed within a fruit shipment headed towards Portugal. The discovery took place Monday while narcotic agents were carrying out a routine inspection of containers in the Caribbean port city of Santa Marta. According to National Police Director General William Salamanca, the drugs, which hold a United States street value of approximately $50.8 million, were destined for Portugal.
Footage shared by Salamanca on X showed agents removing sealed cocaine packages from a box filled with dozens of avocados. Colombian Defense Minister Ivan Velasque said on X that the shipment contained 1,696 kilos in total and mostly likely belonged to the Gulf Clan. The cartel, which is also known as the Gaetonist Self-Defense Forces of Colombia, is the country's most powerful criminal organization and is made up of former paramilitary leaders. Its former leader, Dario Antonio Usuga, was captured in October 2021 and extradited to the United States in May 2022. More than 80 tons of cocaine were seized in the first 3 months of 2024. The South American nation is a top producer of cocaine, and its government is constantly dealing with pressure from the United States to curb its output.
Argentine President Javier Milei plans to fire 70,000 government workers in the coming months in one of the clearest signs yet of how the libertarians' chainsaw-style approach intends to slash the swollen state. Beyond the job cuts, Milei boasted Tuesday at an event that he's frozen public works, cut off some fundings to provincial governments, and terminated more than 200,000 social welfare plans, which he labeled as corrupt. It's all part of his strategy to reach a fiscal balance at any cost this year.
While just a small fraction of Argentina's 3.5 million public sector workers, Milei's job cuts are bound to face more pushback from the country's powerful labor unions and could jeopardize his high approval ratings. One union representing some government workers went on strike Tuesday, while a government report detailed that private sector workers suffered the worst one-month wage loss in at least 3 decades once he took office in December. The leader of the state workers' union quickly shot back on X, announcing a national strike without providing further details. Milei cited polls showing Argentines are more optimistic about the economy's future, while a recent indicator of the public confidence in the government rose despite his austerity measures.
A Japanese nappy maker has announced that it will stop producing diapers for babies in the country, instead focusing on the market for adults. OG Holdings is the latest firm to make such a shift in a rapidly aging Japan, where birth rates are at the record low. Sales of adult nappies outpaced those for infants in the country for more than a decade. The number of babies born in Japan in 2023, 758,631, was down by 5.1% from the previous year. It was also the lowest number of births on record in Japan since the 19th century. In the 1970s, the figure stood at more than 2 million.
In a statement, OG Holdings said its subsidiary, OG Nappy, currently manufactures 400 million infant nappies annually. Production has been falling since 2001, when the company hit its peak 700 million nappies. Back in 2011, Japan's biggest diaper maker, Unicharm, said its sales of adult diapers had surpassed those for babies. Meanwhile, the adult diaper market has been growing and is estimated to be worth more than $2 billion, £1.6 billion. Japan now has one of the world's oldest populations, with almost 30% of them aged 65 or older. Last year, the proportion of those aged above 80 surpassed 10% for the first time. OG Holdings also said it would continue to make baby diapers in Malaysia and Indonesia, where it expects demand to grow.
The answer for yesterday was C, plunged. She lost her balance and plunged 100 feet to her death. Did you answer correctly? Now let's delve into the news of Japan nappy makers shift from babies to adults. Number 1, outpace, 超过，比点点点快. He easily outpaced the other runners. Number 2, infant, 婴儿，幼儿. She was seriously ill as an infant. Number 3, surpass, 超过，胜过. Its success has surpassed all expectations. Next, we have a multiple choice question for everyone to practice. Which answer would you choose? You can write your answer in the comment section. The correct answer will be announced tomorrow. And that's it for today's Funday news. Be sure to tune into Funday news from Monday to Friday and click the link below to join Funday for free. I'm Wade Lee, your host. I'll see you next time.